Hi everyone. So I got woken up at like 5:30 by Hades, my soul kitty. He comes into the bed and bats my face with his paw like he usually does and does his little feed me meow. And I get right out of bed. And so that's what I did. I got out of bed, even after only having a few hours of sleep. And I made him his food, warmed it up, sat him down, and watched him eat it while I tried to prevent myself from falling asleep where I was, because I have to sit, like, I'm on the couch and he's on the floor eating the food, and the other cats are like, give it to me, and like the one, like, I talked about this already, it's still happening and it's so annoying. And so he gets done with his food and I'm going to go back to bed, and I do. And I get into bed and I have a hard time falling asleep because, like, once you're up, the brain just starts going. That's why, like, I'm afraid to take pee breaks sometimes in the middle of the night, not because of my childhood bathroom trauma, but because of, like, I don't know what I was just saying. So yeah, there's that. And I've had a lot of brain farts today. So, oh my God, they just keep coming. Don't know what I was saying. But anyways, maybe I do. And so I go to lay back down and I'm telling my brain, please just, can you stop? I need like a few more hours of sleep. Just stop. Let me go back to sleep. And I kept tossing and turning. And finally, I don't know, it was probably like 20 minutes later, I'm just drifting off to sleep when Morpheus, the little fucker that likes to eat everything, jumps into bed with a fucking shit, like, it was like a ball, a clump of shit, fresh shit. He just shat in the litter box. It got on his tail. This is not the first time this has happened. It happens when his tail grows out, which I'll talk about in a minute. But, like, it was encrusted with litter. So his bed is next to my pillow, like his little cat bed. And he likes to hop over me. And he hopped over me to get to his bed. And the fucking poop tail smacked me in the face. So I have like poop on my face. It smells awful. I'm so close to barfing. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? So like, I can't even go back to sleep because of poop. And then like, so I go to get up and Hades is like, I'm still hungry. He does his little meow. Do you think I go to the bathroom and wipe the shit off my face like a normal person would do? No. I'm like, yes, master, let me go get your food for you again and give you some more, because you apparently still want to eat, and that's great. I don't mind. So I went and did that, and then I forgot about the shit on my face. I don't know how that was possible, probably because I was so tired. And I open up another can and give him like a quarter of that, and I go sit down, and we do the thing where he sits down and he eats on the floor, I sit on the couch, blah, blah, blah. And, what was I saying? Sorry, guys, this has, like, been happening a lot today, lately, my brain farts. Yeah, and I was sitting there, then I remembered the shit on my face when I went to go put my face in my hands, like how you hold your face up, like, I was just, my elbows were on my knees, and I'm just like, oh my God, hurry up, and so, like, I went to do that, and then, like, I smushed the little piece of shit that was already on my face, so, like, I just feel like it's in my nostrils now, like, oh my God, like, that was so fucking gross, and, like, as if I needed that to happen. I mean, it's funny now, but that was not funny. Like, has anybody ever been smacked in the face with, like, a cat's tail after it's been, like, dabbed in shit? Like, this cat is so messy. We think he's a Maine Coon, like a half mix, because he's very hairy. His tail is beautiful until he gets shit on it. So, like, what happens is, when this happens, I give him food so that his mind is completely focused on the one thing that he always wants, which is that fucking food, that soft food. And then Alicia's back there, like, hacking away at his tail to cut the poop and the litter off, instead of, like, I'm not going to take my time to wash that shit. Like, his ass gets that way. I ain't doing enough of that stuff. So for, like, I don't know, several weeks, he just kind of trots around with, like, patches on his tail because like, it keeps getting in his poop. Like, how does he not know how to poop? So, like, you can't make this shit up. Like, literally, like, you can't make this shit up. Oh my God. And then, so I'm going to call this episode Basic Revelations, okay? I'm still in burnout mode, by the way. And it's kind of interesting. I think this is my first time, it is. Like, I don't think I've actually documented something like this before. So it's very weird that, like, I've spent a handful of episodes just talking about my burnout. So that'll be interesting years down the road to revisit. But anyways, so I had therapy today. And, I'm just telling her, like, hold on, I got to put my do not disturb on. Okay, did I get it? I don't know. Sorry. Uh-oh, where'd you go? Uh-oh. Okay, sorry about the unprofessionalism. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm in the car, like, getting ready to get out to go to therapy, and I feel like I want to barf, and it's not even because I have a hot flash, because I don't. I was wearing shorts, I was wearing a hoodie with sleeves rolled up, and I just think it was just like a stress kind of, like, nausea, you know what I'm talking about? I didn't barf, so that was good, but so that's like, I just woke up. It's just not getting better in my head, and Alicia did so much for me yesterday. She did all of her work food. She pretty much just stepped up and, like, I think I talked about that yesterday, but it was so helpful. And I thought today when I was going to wake up, I would be like, oh, I'll feel better, but I don't. I don't feel better. And I'm not blaming the poop for it. That wasn't helpful, but, it's not the cat's fault that I'm not feeling better. It has nothing to do with that. So it was very helpful to be in therapy today and to just get some suggestions and, like, talk about what's been going on. So, like, I'm sitting there and I'm telling Tia about, like, this is my new normal with, like, Hades and having to feed him, like, every 2.5 to 3 hours. Because I don't know that cats eat that often. They just graze on hard food. I don't fucking know. Like, I just know they're eating it. I don't know the frequency. And he apparently likes to eat every few hours. Probably that's normal because their stomachs are tiny, I guess. And so I told Tia, like, I don't care that I have to do this for him. Like, I enjoy it. Like, yeah, it's not fun being woken up, but, like, I'm not angry about it. Like, that cat has been there with me for everything. Like, ever since I got out of the military and moved to the States, that cat has just been a constant, and he's always put me in a good mood. And, like, least I can do is, like, just feed him many times throughout the day and night for however long he has left with me. And so I'm telling her about the whole process, because it's a process. It's a routine now. And I told her how, like, I bring the food out and I put it on the floor and then I sit on the couch and then, like, I kind of hover over him and, like, bat the cats away because they want to get to the food. And Tia goes, did you think about, like, maybe bringing Hades and the food to, like, a room and closing the door and keeping the cats out and just letting him eat there? No, I did not think of that, Tia. No. Because that's so obvious. Why would I think of that? Just bring the cat to, like, my room and shut the door and let him eat in here. Why wouldn't I think of that? And I don't even feel that bad because I told Alicia what Tia said, and Alicia's like, holy shit, I didn't even think of that. Like, so simple. When Tia said that, I was like, oh my God, you just solved my problem. Like, it's like the tea kettle thing. Oops, sorry about the dry mouth. It's like you get just stuck in the way you're doing something. Like, how did I not sit there and think to myself, like, I could just bring him into my room and he's in there with me anyways all the time. So shut my door, keep the cats out. The worst I have to deal with is listening to them try to claw their way in, which is what that asshole cat does. He's not an asshole. He's really sweet. But when it comes to food, God, he's a very, very meaty cat, so, like, he will fuck a street cat up. Like, he's big. But anyways, that was a revelation. I told Tia, I was like, holy fuck, man, like, why did I think of that? And then I got another revelation. So, like, I'm telling her about my sleeping issues, how they're worse. They've always been bad, but now they're worse. Now I'm having an even harder time just getting tired. And I told her, like, I don't like to take marijuana to help with sleep because then it won't do the other things during the day that I needed to do, because I've already tried that and I didn't like it. And I don't really care to take, like, medication on a regular basis to go to sleep. But I told her that, like, every once in a while I'll steal one of Alicia's trazodone. I mean, I don't steal. She knows I use it. She's been on trazodone for, like, half her fucking life, man. She's got so much of it. And so, like, once in a while, if I'm desperate for sleep, I'll get one. And the only crappy part is I do get the sleep, but then like I'm down and out for like 10 fucking hours in the bed. And I was telling Tia, like, she's got these 150 milligram pills that she takes. And so I tried that a couple of times and I didn't wake up to anything. And then I was in bed for like 10 to 12 hours. And by the time I woke up, I realized I had been in bed an extra 4 to 5 hours than normal. And that was like an extra 4 to 5 hours of stuff I could have fucking been doing instead of sleeping. What a waste. And she's like, well, your body was probably recouping. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't want to be in bed that long. I only go to bed because, like, you know, you have to get some sleep for your brain to kind of work. And then I just want to get up and do all the stuff again. So I said that 150 milligrams was too much. So I took it and I took our pill cutter and I cut the pill in half so that it was 75 instead of 150. And I told her that the 75 is a little bit better. You know, it shaves a couple of hours extra. So I'm not in there for like an extra like 4 hours, but like, I still feel like I'm sleeping longer than I want to. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, to me, it may not sound it, but like I function just fine on like 5 to 6 hours of sleep. I've been doing it the majority of my life. I've tried to get extra sleep. This has been like a lifelong issue. I've tried all kinds of stuff and I just have to accept that. It's just, but it gets worse when I'm not doing too well, like stress-wise. And so I told her, I was like, well, I can't take those 75s either. And she's like, well, why don't you just cut the 75? And I'm like, what? And she's like, just cut the 75 in half and then you can see what that dose does. You guys, I did not realize that I could cut that half into another half. Like, it did not cross my mind. It did not fucking cross my mind that I could make that pill smaller and get less sleep, but still have it be restorative. And so, like, this was like 5 minutes after the Hades revelation where I could just take it into my room, let him eat, and shut the door. And I was like, oh my God, Tia, like, my brain is so messed up that, like, how did I not think that I could cut that pill even smaller? Like, duh, I have a pill cutter. And I thought that 75 milligrams was as low as it could go. What the fuck? So, Alicia came home and I told her about it. And so I just took one of her trazodones and I cut it into fourths. So one pill that she takes for one night will last me 4 nights. So I'll see how like these little pieces of trazodone do. And then Tia's like, obviously, she's like, see if it works and if it helps you like get regular sleep. And if it does, she's like, obviously you need to call your doctor and get a script. I'm like, yes, I need to have my own trazodone. I don't really want trazodone. I don't want to be prescribed that. I'm already on Wellbutrin and Prozac and I don't even want to be on those anymore, but I'm too lazy to like figure out how to like get off of them right now because of all the other shit that I have going on. So maybe I'm not lazy, but like I just can't. Oh, I think I sound manic right now. But yeah, so I go to therapy with the intention of like, please, I hope she can just like, I hope this is like a good session and I can leave and just feel even 10% better. And then just, I don't know, because therapy is a good reset. But no, you know, I went in there and I got revelations about feeding cats and taking pills. So I did learn a lot. It's kind of funny to me now. You guys ever like have that happen? You probably do, because I know that this is like an autistic thing where like we see things like, how does this happen? You see shit that people don't. And to us, it's obvious. Like, how the fuck did you miss this? You really didn't see this? And then it's like the opposite. Like, what's blatantly clear and in front of your face, you just don't even see it and you're focused on the wrong thing. Like, I know that that's just life in general, but I feel like autistic people, like we tend to do it way more. It's from what I'm hearing from other autistic people and not just my experiences, but yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I just got on here, I guess, to say that I am so burned out that I didn't realize that a cat can eat by itself in a room. And pills can keep getting smaller if you cut them. This kind of sounds like I'm promoting drugs, but I'm not. But yeah, so I'm driving home and I'm thinking, wow, like these revelations were pretty cool today. Pretty cool. Makes me wonder what else is going on in my life that's right in front of my face that I don't see. So I just wanted to get on here and share that. Obviously, there's not going to be an EMDR episode for a while because I don't go back to see her for a few weeks, and I'm just too lazy to read those articles, if I'm honest. Like, I want to. I really do want to, but I can't. And I know you know how that feels when, like, you're in that space. But, yeah, I just wanted to say I do feel better after that session. And I will try the trazodone and see how that goes. And I hope this was relatable in some way. Yeah, like that's always the goal, but sometimes I do these episodes and I'm like, I know I'm just getting on here to record something because like I feel kind of selfish. Like I would like to listen to these down the road and be like, holy fuck, that's how I sounded. Like that's what was happening. Like I think that would be so interesting, but at the same time, when I just get on here because I want to talk, I'm like, really, how informative was this? Did I give enough information about whatever the situation was? Does the person feel like, oh, she does this too? Like, I don't fucking know. I hope so. If you're still listening, then maybe I am. But that's all I wanted to say today. So if anybody's having problems in these two departments, cats and pills, there are your solutions. You're welcome. And thank you for listening. Goodbye.